Hey, good morning, my friends at Tippy Valley. This is your friend Jeff Yalden. I know today is a very tough, emotional, stressful day where so many questions may never be answered. Today is a day where I think we need to offer a lot of hugs, look each other in the eyes, and say, we're going to get through this, and we're going to get through this together. We're going to find a way to fight. We're going to find a way to support one another. We're going to find a way to encourage one another, and we're going to certainly find a way where we can teach each other. I want to just make a quick disclaimer before I speak any further. I'm coming on to share this message not because the loss of Mr. Beck is any more important than any of the other losses that we've experienced. It's just that I'm coming on board now and I'm aware of everything. And even if I wasn't coming on board with the administrators and the community, I've had so many people following me and sending me messages on social media and Facebook that my heart would want to do it anyway. It's just, here's where we are in time. So please understand, as administrators and teachers and school personnel, not one situation is any more important than any other situation. But with each situation becomes a greater crisis that we have to really look at and say, we have a problem. And I promise you, with all of my talks with Mr. Boggs, with the task force and people in the school, everybody is aware that there is a problem and everybody is asking questions. And the questions that we as a community and parents have, those questions may never be answered. And it's the same questions where we as school personnel, we have, and they may never be answered either. We can rack our brains each and every day saying, why? Well, I'm going to tell you that there are so many different reasons. And I don't want to get into that today. I'm going to be spending 2 days in your community. Today is just a day where we go honor one of our kids. We honor one of our friends. As teachers and staff, we have to honor one of our students and a child that has touched our heart. This is a very tough time for everybody. And my wish is that each and every one of you will go. And you're going to go not to mourn the loss of Mr. Beck, or we're going to go and celebrate the life of Mr. Beck. And in celebrating the life, we need to make sure that we celebrate each other's lives as well. We cherish the memories. We hold pictures dear to our heart. And in the end, we have to say goodbye. And we all need to go through the grieving process. And as we go through the grieving process, I want you to understand this. To all of my parents and community members that want to reach out so much to our students, be patient. I got a phone call from a couple of your students at about 2 a.m. last night as they were with another student. And sometimes the only thing that you can do is make yourself available to just listen. Teenagers are like that today. They're not going to just come to an adult and say, can I talk to you? We want them to. And I invite teenagers, lose your ego, open your heart, and go to these people that you trust, you love, you respect, and go to them. And they will in time. But what we can do as parents and adults is we just let them know that we are available to just listen to their heart. without judging them for how they're processing this or how they're grieving through this. Teenagers have their own way. But the question that we must ask is how they're going about it. Are they doing it in a positive manner that is constructive and supportive and moving forward, rather than in a manner where we're concerned for their safety and their well-being? So be understanding about how your child wants to grieve. Number two, I think when all this is said and done, a day missing school, hey, I understand. I'm okay. But being in school is the best place for our kids to be. Being in school with teachers and administrators that care about them, but understand they have a job to do. And we have a job to educate, to inspire, to teach. And we have to stay true to that job. It's also something that we have to move forward. I don't want to be insensitive, but the reality is we can't stay in the heartaching pain and in the question. We have to come to the answer. And the common denominator in the answer is simply that Mr. Beck, or any of the other losses that we've all had, they are not walking through the door again. They're not coming home. They've gone home. I'm sorry. Keep your kids in school. And I want to say this. 98% of the messages that I've received on Facebook have been from awesome, really great, supportive parents, community members. There's a very small percentage of people that I'm just going to simply say want to be part of the problem. And I'm going to tell you, if you want to be part of the problem, don't waste our time on Monday and Tuesday. If you want to continue throwing stones at some of the staff members or the school, whether it be the middle school or the high school and the administration or teachers or counselors or a certain counselor that some people want to rip apart, let me tell you something. Have you never made a mistake? Have you never sinned? Have you never talked about somebody? Let it go. Let it go and move on. If we're going to be part of the solution, then we have positive thoughts and we only speak positively about people. We don't get caught up in the negative and the drama and what one person may have done. You know something? You don't know other people's stories. You think you do, but the reality is when you make judgments about people, in reality, you may only know 5% of their story. So let's learn to become a community that forgives as quickly as we judge. And when we can do that, I think you're going to start to see better energy, more sunshine, and more people with a bounce in their step. That just doesn't go for the community, but teenagers, that goes for you too. Have love in your heart. And parents, if you don't think you can do this, and you think Tippy Valley is not the place for your kid, then pull your kid out and take your kid to another school where you think they're going to be showered with rose petals and red carpets and people are going to fall all over your child yelling, "Kumbaya, oh, this is so beautiful." You are the child. We are all one, my friends. And we're going to move forward. We're going to make a difference on Monday and Tuesday. And I don't know if some of the messages I received that it starts with the students. I want to disagree. I want to respectfully disagree. It starts in our home. It starts within our four walls. How do you spell love? T-I-M-E. It starts with the love, the morals, the values, and the time that we spend together in our home. Then when we come to school, it's about our teachers and coaches. And remember, our teachers teach because they want to teach children. We have a curriculum that we must adhere to. But deep in our hearts, we teach because we love our kids. And I think it's our children as they're searching for that meaning and understanding and looking for direction in life. It's like their playground, they're figuring things out. And with cell phones and social media, it makes things a lot harder. But they're still searching to figure out who they are. Well, anyway, let's not get into that. Today is a day where we celebrate the life of Mr. Beck. And let today be a day that we continue to celebrate the other losses as well. Like I said, not one is any greater or more meaningful to us than any other. Obviously, each one carries a different energy. It depends on the time, the day of the week. Was a student a freshman? Is it the fall? Is a student a senior? Teachers we've had in 3-4 years. Might not be fair, but you know what? Life isn't fair. Life will never be fair. I just want to let you know that I'm thinking about each and every one of you today. I can't wait to see you on Monday. And I can't wait to be a part of the change that we're going to go through in the communities surrounding Akron, Indiana. God bless each and every one of you. Take care.